Hey folks, y'all see the title? Let me get my perfunctory in. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but normally I'm more right than I am wrong. But I'm thinking this is Side Road Joe's final middle finger to the world on his way out the door. Because prior to this, he's always said, no, we're not giving you long range missiles, non-nuclear, of course, to use inside of Mother Russia. Well, he done flipped the script. And given that, just like my thumbnail says, Putin said a long time ago, look, he already know that everybody, European countries and the U.S., mainly the U.S., then pitched their hat in the ring, but you give them long range capability, he sees that as an act of war by the Western European countries and the United States. He made that very clear. Now he stood by it all this time, but now on his way out, he then changed his pitch up. I don't know what this little 2 minute and 54-second thing is. If it ain't got nothing to do with the story or it's just playing music, we're gonna pause it and keep going. But I already know what it means either way. And plus, Cammy Cam, she even said that she was going to stay the same route of pumping billions of dollars into this dumpster fire over there, just like Side Road Joe was. And we got a ton of American people sitting back here arguing about going to Planned Parenthood and places like that for the child deletion was their number one thing on their deal. Huh. Okay. But hey, topic driven. Big I, little U. My drill sergeant used to say that. Big I, little U. So let's see what this. Either way it go, this ain't gonna end well. Let's see what this do.
With just 2 months to go in his administration, tonight President Biden has reversed long-standing limits on Ukraine's use of American weapons systems, something that could be a game changer in the war with Russia. The president is now allowing the Ukrainians to fire on targets inside of Russia, something President Zelensky has repeatedly lobbied for. The weapons have a range of nearly 200 miles. The U.S. had feared lifting the restrictions would lead to an escalation by Moscow. It could be used in the Kursk region of western Russia to help defend Ukrainian forces there. Overnight, Russia launched one of its fiercest attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure. More than 200 missiles and drones fired throughout the country. Officials say a number of civilians were killed. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell leads us off tonight from Ukraine.
Tonight, for the first time, President Joe Biden authorizing Ukraine to use long-range U.S. missiles to strike Russia.
That was an MLRS.
A major factor in the decision, U.S. officials say 10,000 North Korean troops arriving in Russia to fight alongside the Russians. Many expected to be part of a planned offensive to take back the Kursk region. Late today, President Zelensky said
a lot of those Korean soldiers have defected already.
Slava Ukraine. Overnight, Russia unleashing its third largest attack against Ukraine this year, more than 200 missiles and drones, targeting power plants and energy infrastructure nationwide, killing at least 7 civilians, authorities say. This missile fragment carefully extracted after smashing through this apartment building. Residents in Kyiv fleeing to metro stations as city's power grid was forced to shut down as temperatures start to plummet. In Odessa, where the water was shut down, this woman saying her family has run out of its emergency supply. She's back for more. She'll carry home by hand. Lindsay, I think for the Russians, they're going to regard this as a major escalation. But the reality is they're going to have to wait for the next administration, the Trump administration, and see actually where policy truly lies. Lindsay?
There is concern these long-range missiles will only escalate the conflict there. Ian, thank you. Let's bring in retired Marine Colonel and ABC News contributor Steve Ganyard. And Steve, we know this is significant, but what message do you think
I ain't heard his name in a long time.
I think, Lindsay, that the administration realizes that incoming President Trump is going to try to quickly bring Russia and Ukraine to the negotiating table. So what's important here, and what Ian pointed out, is that Kursk is Russia. And if the Ukrainians have to come to the bargaining table, they need a bargaining chip. And Kursk is going to be that bargaining chip. And so the administration is trying to help Ukraine hold that territory so they have something at the bargaining table.
Steve Ganyard for us. Thank you.
Okay, don't play nothing. Don't, because you know a lot of time it'll got.
Hi there, I'm Phil.
No, Phil. Thank you, Phil. So, of course, each talking head side, the left is going to have their side, the right is going to have their side, even though the left has a louder voice and more outlets than the quote unquote right. I think the right, semi-right has what? On TV or cable TV, what, 1, 2? Well, Fox and ain't no more. Yeah, I guess it is just Fox. Damn. I'm so out of the loop, I don't watch TV. But any folks, look, we give this to Zelensky. Zelensky launched and he hit Kursk. And he whacked, you know, and yeah, like I say, a lot of those North Korean soldiers from the folks that I'm networked with, they said that a lot of them are deserting, and they don't want to go back with Kim Jong Un. And I heard about the treatment and the food, and they're not giving vehicles and made to walk and foot. But anyway, forget all that, but forget all that. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want this to be no 20-minute deal. To me, to sit on this the whole time, and then when you out the door, this is like a scorched earth tactic to me. Like, oh yeah, I'll show you. But the key is, he's going to have to, because they already have MLRS units on the ground over there. And we had MLRS units, batteries in Germany already. We had batteries in Germany when I was in Germany. There's MLRS systems already in place. The only thing they need is that shell. That's all they need is that missile, because it will, it works out of the MLRS, and it works out of another system too that is tracked as well, but it was like an old ADA chassis that's been retrofitted. Anyway, I'm getting all off into the military equipment stuff again. I can't help it. That's what I used to do, but this is, to me, if he get them to them, and the ex twerking dancer, yeah, I put that video up of him, and that's really him. Way before this presidential stuff came up. If they got to get them to him before Orange Man Bad takes the helm, and they got to pick targets around Kursk. Well, they saying around Kursk, but you normally, when you're doing an attack, whatever you say, that you're actually attacking somewhere else. It's normally a sleight of hand to get your attention. If they launch them and use them effectively, because they're where they're at now, they're within the 190 miles. It's more like, well, it's a geographic thing. I don't want to get into the ballistic nature of it, but so let's just stick with 190. You're within 190 miles now where they are from Kursk. So they're in striking range, okay? Now, they're not nuclear, okay? They're conventional munitions. There are nothing atomic about them, okay? So, but they do go ballistic. So, which means they actually leave the atmosphere and re-enter. So that's what, so they are ballistic. But anyway, this to me is a scorched earth tactic, and I'm gonna drop a giant load of dung on the orange man to make, this, so he ain't gonna be able to concentrate on immigration and the border and, the education system and the Department of Health with RFK. He ain't gonna have time to do all that, because he's gonna have to redeploy and be moving stuff around and get congressional authorization, which he more than likely will get, even just to do what we call a stand to in the military. Like I say, I'm not going to go through all the explanations of the words and phrases we use and nomenclatures. We'll be here all night. Now, think about it. These are so ideologically driven that you're willing to waste billions more than what you've already wasted. And ain't no telling how many lives that will be lost in the future behind this, in a conflict that we didn't have any business getting in on either side in the first place. Ukraine and Russia fighting is like you trying to jump into a fight of a big brother and little brother fighting, which is dumb, because you get into it, waste all your energy, and then later on, the little brother will wind up jumping on you too. Tell me what you think, y'all. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.